Hello and thanks for joining me in this RezStream Cloud training video. In this video, we will be going over how to create an email letter. So let's get started. First thing we need to do is go to the configuration section, and then from near the bottom we'll choose letters and templates. As you can see, we've pre-configured several letters for you. In this video, we'll go over how to add a new letter. To do that, we'll go to the Add New Letter button in the top right corner. And then we're going to name the letter. This will be our test letter. We need to give the letter a subject because it could be going out as an email. Any emails that are sent without or attempted to send without a subject will not work. Therefore, we require a subject in all letters. For the subject, we can also use letter codes. So we can choose things like the business name. And then we can say confirmation number, or we'll just say confirmation, and then we can add a actual confirmation number. So when they receive the letter, the subject will say demo hotel confirmation and then the confirmation number. We'll also go ahead and choose an email template. We covered the template in the other previous video, but this is what we'll use to frame our letter and give it a marketing look and give our guest a better experience. Alright, now that we've selected the template, we've given it a subject, and we've named the letter, we'll go ahead and edit the letter. Now you'll see basically what we have here is a pretty standard WYSIWYG editor, which stands for what you see is what you get. Just like anything like Microsoft Word or many other websites, you can add text and you can also add letter codes. So we have specialized codes in our system that represent different values for things like the confirmation number, like you saw in the subject. We can also add different items like arrival date, departure date, details about the units on the reservation, and things like that. These codes also cover different items for invoices and gift certificates as well. So for this one, I'm going to choose unit details, so you can see that it creates a table. We can also add a table and populate it with our own information. Just like any editor, you click on the table button and select the number of cells, and you'll see we created this table. In order to edit a table or change the properties of a cell or the table itself, we need to use the Control key on our keyboard. Of course, this only applies to Windows computers. Use the Control key on your keyboard and right-click within the cell in the table, and you'll see a different menu come up here. From here, we can choose cell, row, column, or even table properties. We can give the table a border so we can see the lines. We can pad the cells, we can add spacing to the cells, we can change the width, and we can change which rows are headers, which rows are data, and different things like that. In the advanced sections, we can actually set up styling features like we would in CSS code. We're also able to add images. Just like any editor, we'll click the Insert Image button. The image must be something that is web-based or have a URL. So I'm going to choose an image that I have here, and I'm going to copy down the address. This is on a web page, so I'm going to copy down the web address for this image, and I'm going to paste it into the URL here. And then I'm just going to click OK. And you'll see that it pastes the image from the web here into our letter. If we wanted to edit the size of this image, we could select it, and then once again use the Control key on our keyboard and right-click. And then you will see Image Properties. From here we can change the width, the height, we can give it a border, we can also make it a link so that when it's clicked on it goes to a different URL, and we can also add different styling and different descriptions to the image here in the advanced section. Any of this can also be done inside or on the back end, if you will, by using code or HTML. So if you see, I click the source button, we can actually see the HTML code that creates the letter behind the scenes. If you're familiar with HTML code, feel free to create the letter and style it as you please. Once we've edited the letter and added all the material, we can preview the letter with the template frame around it. So let's get a look at what this letter will look like. And you can see that inside the frame, it actually looks very nice. Not considering that this content is basically nonsense at this point. Now that we've configured the letter and we've previewed it, we can go ahead and save. And that's how to create a letter.